about the special opportunity you guys have to further invest in the life-saving work of Hope for Women with a tax-deductible donation. As the band comes up, I'd just like to invite you to top up your drinks, grab some more desserts before they begin to play. I just want to make a quick note, if you were here last year, Jared touched on this, about dessert concert etiquette. For those of you who are not aware, please make note that while the band is playing, you refrain from leaving your seats and visiting. Our guests have practiced long and hard, so if you could please give them your full undivided attention, that would be awesome. However, when they're not playing, feel free to get as much dessert as you desire. Again, just do it in between songs. Now that the etiquette spiel is out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to Royal Coyote. Scampering out of the urban sprawl of Metro Vancouver, this postmodern band uses folk, country, and rock to bring you raw musical experience. The band began on the first day of school back in September of 2003 when Stefan and Luke both walked through the doors of St. John Brebeuf Secondary. More than 10 years later, they are still friends and making music together with a few other friends they met along the way. I'll hand it over to them, so give them a nice big round warm of applause.
Thank you. Howdy, everyone. We would like to invite our friends Kathleen and Jesse on stage to help us with our first number here. Just give us a second. Give us a second to get set up here. Start with some old time music. Well, I was standing by my window on a dark and cloudy day when I saw that first come rolling to carry my mother away. Will the circle be broken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better hope waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I said to the undertaker, undertaker, please drive slow, for this body that you are holding, well, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Where's the better tried to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better hope waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Coyote. We're a new band. We just started out. We just set up a Facebook page, so if you're on Facebook, please like us. The support means a lot. Next song is an old one by Bill Withers.
Just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. Well, brother, yeah, sit me right down and talk to me. Yeah, keep trying to tell me. It's good getting used. Just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. Until you use me up. Until you use me up.
Play a couple originals now. Some stuff we've been working on for the last couple weeks. You guys are like the first live audience to hear it, so we hope you like it.
bleeding out, and that's not right. Calling you up at night in the early morning just to tell you one more time. Ain't we just waiting on something to start? Ain't all the coldest wars we fight, always in the silence of our hearts. Baby, I'm bleeding out, and I'm alright. I'm calling you up at night in the early morning just to beg you one more time. Baby, won't you please hold on? Please hold on. Baby, won't you please hold on? Won't you please hold on? Baby, won't you please hold on? Please hold on. Baby, won't you please hold on? You say you wanna set your body free. You wanna walk right out on me. You wanna close your eyes and realize everything we used to be. You say you wanna set your body free. You wanna walk right out on me. You say you're looking for love, you're looking for now. Tell me what that even means. Just a lie, and I don't care who's wrong or who's right. I'm calling you up that night in the early morning just to tell you one more time that I'm lying in the dark with a bullet in my mind, just an empty broken heart, empty bottle of wine. Nothing else real, only shadows in the night. Down to your receiver on the telephone. You say you wanna set your body free. You wanna walk right out on me. Close your eyes and forget about everything we used to be. You say you wanna set your body free. You wanna walk right out on me. Looking for love, but when you look at me now, tell me what that even means. You say you're looking for love, but when you look at me now, tell me what that even means. Thank you. So tonight we're sort of playing rock and roll music tonight, and rock and roll is all about tearing down the bad establishment. And when you look at the establishment that is the abortion industry, it's, that's what we're all here for. We're tearing down an established economy, basically. And so I'm calling everyone to be as generous as they can with their donations tonight, and we hope you like our last song. You're nothing but a girl, you're nothing but a shadow in the night. Girl, you're nothing but a girl, you're nothing but you're always on my mind. It's like losing secrets, you won't even know she's there. You'll walk right by but you won't see. You'll walk right by but you won't see. And ain't we part of the same sad story? Ain't we all done this before? You said goodbye and you said I'm sorry. Can't live like this anymore. Sometimes I see you on the subway station, texting your new man on the phone. I bet you go to the same side parties while I stay and drink alone. Walk right by but you don't see. Walk right by but they don't see. She used to tell me that with me it was different. She said I made her feel right. Let me hold her in the early mornings after she came home from the night. But there's always something deeper under the covers, something always just out of hand. She may pass from one person to another, but they won't ever understand. They walk right by but they don't see. They walk right by but they don't see. No pen can hold my head, she said, as she walked out the door. We passed from one place to another. Me, I'm always searching for a little more. But this nighttime hungry for every dream that is given away. The streets are thirsty for every single sleepwalker running from another day. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry tonight. Don't you worry, don't you worry, don't you worry tonight. You're nothing but a girl, you're nothing but a shadow in the night. Thank you everyone.
Thank you guys, that was great. Let's give them one more big round of applause. Again, just to remind you, obviously keep helping yourself to desserts. Again, the bathrooms are straight ahead to the back. Don't mind me while ladies set up in the back before our client interviews. This next part, I'm going to be welcoming Elizabeth, Hope for Women's Coordinator of Client Services, and my own peer counselor, and of course, someone I'm privileged to call a friend, to the stage. Everyone, give me a round of applause for Elizabeth.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff and volunteers, I welcome you to our second annual dessert concert for Hope for Women. Did everyone enjoy their desserts? Every single one of those desserts were either donated by a retailer in Abbotsford or were lovingly made by volunteers for us. So I'd like to give them a round of applause to all of our volunteers. So this night could not happen without our volunteers. And the reason that we're here is really because of our clients. So rather than take up too much time, I'm going to highlight a little bit, tell you a little bit about Hope for Women, for those of you who don't know what we do, and tell you just a few stories of a few women that we've been able to help and really been blessed to be part of their journeys. They come to Hope for Women with lots of different circumstances. You know, we find that most women don't make appointments when they come to crisis pregnancy centers. They're actually walk-ins. And so we really pride ourselves in making Hope for Women somewhere that they're going to feel welcomed, that they're going to feel heard, valued, and really we want to build a relationship, we want to build a friendship. And that's what I think is missing in our community. Not just our community, but every community out there, that there's a lot of young men and women who don't realize their own value, their beauty, their God-given beauty, and just how amazing they are. They're told that they can't do it. They're not strong enough. They're told that it'll be too expensive. They're told it's, you know, finish school. You have a plan, finish school, get a job, and then consider settling down and having children. What they're not told is that terminating a pregnancy comes with a lot of complications, challenges, and a lot of shame. So we have this beautiful insert that I want to bring to your attention. And this little insert inside your program actually gives you some information on Hope for Women. It talks about our many services, and I want to highlight just a few of them for you this evening. So number one is our Mom and Baby Boutique. One of the main reasons we find that women choose abortion is because of financial strain they might be feeling in an unplanned pregnancy. Well, we're happy to say that we'd like to take that burden off of women in our community. We have a huge closet, in fact it's a room filled with not only maternity supplies and vitamins, but we have baby clothes, we have diapers, we have formula. We're blessed to be donated all these things from people within the community. We haven't had to buy very much, in fact, that there's so many people out there who want to reach out to these moms and want to help. Another thing we have is our baby car seats. You can't leave the hospital without having a proper car seat. And here's another huge expense. It can be anywhere from $100 to $200. And we've partnered with BCAA and the United Way, and they've donated car seats so that we can give them free of charge to our mothers. So let's give BCAA and the United Way a round of applause. So women coming through the door, many times it's a sign outside that says free pregnancy tests. Of course, we give those pregnancy tests, but what we do want to do is we want to inform them and educate them on their decisions. What does pregnancy look like? What does fetal development look like? We let them know that at 21 days, the heart starts to beat. At 41 days, there's brainwaves. We talk about what they might experience during that pregnancy and what they can see, what can be happening in fetal development. Of course, we talk about abortions and what those procedures will look like. We give very factual medical information so they can know, but we also talk about what are some things that women have experienced and what are some consequences that we really need to consider to make a good decision. We talk openly about adoption. In fact, we've been very fortunate at Hope for Women. We've actually been involved in 2 adoptions, and we have 1 on the way. And that's really amazing. So I thank you for all your prayers and all your wishes, because these brave moms are not only choosing to carry their babies to term, but to give that gift of life to another couple who may be challenged with infertility. So we've partnered, we offer our space and we introduce these women to Sunrise Adoption in North Vancouver. And we have a woman who will come out and speak to these young women, who will show them family profiles and answer any questions that they may have. Ultrasound service. We have been able to set up a partnership with UC Baby right here in Abbotsford, so that if there is a woman who wants to make a decision but wants to know at what stage she's at, she wants to see her baby, then at no charge, her peer counselor can take her to UC Baby and they're able to get a free ultrasound with a picture of their baby. Isn't that amazing? Birth support. Not only do we have volunteers for events, we have volunteer peer counselors, but the other thing we have is we have some amazing doulas who volunteer their time. A lot of people in our community may not have family close to them. They may not have even a brothers or sisters or someone who can be there for them during this time, during even their pregnancy, labor, and afterwards. But I know that we definitely have one here tonight. And our doulas are amazing. They not only have opened up their hearts, they've even driven our clients to their ultrasound appointments. They've been there to hold their hands while they're going through labor and afterwards, to help them with all those things that as moms we're just not prepared for. We don't know if we're going to be able to handle it. Sometimes it's just a shower and a good meal that we need, and our doulas are there to help them with that. We have something that we just started a year ago, which is very close to my heart. That's our post-abortion counseling program. Because we're not here to judge women. We're not here to try and manipulate them. We want to educate them and love them, and we want to be there for them even afterwards. We're in Canada. Abortion is legal. It's paid for by our medical system. And there will be women, even after giving them all the information, who will decide to have abortion. But we want to build a relationship. We want them to come back afterwards, because we know that sometimes, many times, those emotions, the regret, the pain, it's hard. So my heart goes out to these women. We have two more things I want to mention before I bring up the highlight of the evening. First is our crisis texting line. We have a 24-hour texting line, 7 days a week, that if our office is closed and a woman needs help, it's the middle of the night, it's late at night, we're closed, it's early in the morning, whatever it may be, that she can reach out by just texting her phone. And it will come to myself or another peer counselor, and we can answer her questions directly. We can make that connection. And we know where it's intimidating a lot of times to pick up the phone or to come into an office, that a lot of women, in fact a lot of people, feel a lot less self-conscious when they're able to just get on their phones and tap dance on that keyboard. And finally, something that came out of need, and that's what we're about. If there is a need in our community, if there's a need that's going to help save lives, to help save women and men and grandparents in our community from the pain of abortion, then we want to supply it. We want to be there for that need. So the host family program is something that came alive out of need. This is a story that I really wanted to share with you because it touched our hearts so deeply. There was a young woman who was very young, age 14, who'd been hiding her pregnancy here in Abbotsford for approximately 7 months. No one knew about it. She was worried that if her father found out that she was pregnant, that her life would be in danger. She actually went to find out about abortion. but she was very far along. And the procedure would have been extremely difficult. Her mother actually came to us first. Her mother said she was worried she found a pregnancy test in her daughter's garbage can. We spoke to her how, that it was life and that was her grandchild and that we would be there to help them. And little did we know that just a week later, the young lady would be coming into our office through a connection of another community agency. We needed to help this woman, this young woman, 14 years old. Her mother agreed, and we were able to find a home outside of our community for this young woman to be safe, to have her baby, and to give the gift of that baby to a couple who experienced infertility. She came up with a story. We partnered with the Ministry of Children and Families and with her mother. There was a safety plan in place, and we found an amazing family who not only welcomed her into their home, but it really gave her an example of what a beautiful family is, what a loving husband and father are, because she wasn't feeling that in her own home. It's been an amazing few years. In fact, we've helped almost 300 women in our community. And many of them are coming back with their children. And in fact, this is only 8 of them. There's the 9th one right on the front with Sam. And there's a few that I just couldn't fit on the page. This is what your help does in our community. These are the lives that each one of you has affected and will continue to affect. So, from the bottom of my heart, I deeply, deeply thank each and every one of you. And I want to get to what I feel is the highlight of the evening. We have 3 beautiful women tonight who are going to come up and tell you their story and how Hope for Women has made a difference in their life. The first one, you know her as your MC, Sam. Sam, come on up. Technology. There we go. Test.
Ding.
There we go.
You
Round
can
of
hear me.
applause for Sam, please. So Sam, first of all, thank you so much for being our MC.
Thank you for having me.
We're doing a little different. We're going to do it interview style. I know Sam quite well, so Sam, maybe you could start off by telling us, how did you feel when you first found out that you were pregnant?
Well, just a quick little backstory. I actually, mother's instinct, I kind of had that feeling that I was pregnant, but hadn't taken the test yet. Ironically enough, I was on my way to Superstore to go and buy a test, but I saw the sign outside of Hope for Women saying free pregnancy tests, and we all know how expensive they can get. And I only live 5 minutes from the center anyway, and didn't even know it really existed there. So thought, okay, well, let's take a chance and go in there and we'll see what this says. And sure enough, I was pregnant, and we'll get into that a little bit now.
So Sam, I remember your situation, and I remember that you were feeling some pressure to choose abortion. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I wasn't technically in what they would consider a relationship. I was dating someone at the time, and when I proceeded to tell him that I was pregnant after I had gotten a doctor's consent as well, after Hope for Women stating that I was, There was no questions about it. There was no discussion. He made an appointment for me to go get an abortion, and that was that. Like I said, there were no discussions or questions around it. It was, you're going, and this is how it's going to be.
So he actually made the abortion appointment for you?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I'm a kind of controlling person, so that didn't really help me too much. And sure enough, I had learned previously that this wasn't really, this was his norm. He kind of wanted to take the control. And so when he had, in my mind, it was almost like I was laughing in a sense, because it wasn't a discussion. It was more of, I'm telling you I'm pregnant, I'm keeping it. You can choose to be in the life or not, and he has chosen not to be.
What has Hope for Women done for you?
Lots. I could go on this for hours. Like I said, it helped to initially go there for my first test, kind of get the jitters and nerves out, and as Elizabeth always jokes, she knows my son as the pee on a stick and the line you see. So she's the one who knows him as long as I have. It helps, as we both touched on, prenatal vitamins. Those can be astronomically expensive. A lot of women can't afford it. They don't know the benefits it can do. So they provide those. Counseling, kind of a safer place to go. I had some close family and friends I kind of could talk to, but it's more of an unbiased opinion. You can go and vent. They don't judge. And there were books, lots of educational aspects to it, so it was really helpful.
Sam, I remember there's a lot of times when you'd come into the office and we'd have these, every couple of weeks we would meet, and our appointment would be about an hour. And I could see how you're feeling when you would first walk in the office. And after talking and building our friendship, building our relationship, I could see just how you were becoming a mom. Everything that you were talking about, all the decisions that you were making. What has being a mom meant to you?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. As you can see, I don't have my son with me tonight, so this is very awkward. I don't know, being a mom, it's definitely changed things. I don't put up with a lot of what I did before. I'm stronger, obviously, out of it, more confident. I'm being mom and dad, so I have a lot of responsibility on me, how to raise my son, what's best for him, and of course myself. And as a lot of my family and friends would say, I've never taken the easy road, I've always taken the hard road. But I've learned a lot from it, being almost 25 now. I don't have time for people like the situation I was in to tell me what to do with my life and my son's life, and it's definitely shaped who I am today.
So what would you say to a young woman who might be thinking, I might be pregnant, might be in an unplanned pregnancy? What would you tell her about Hope for Women?
Go, run, go now. No. It's really kind of home away from home in a sense, I might say. It's like a shelter. It's safe. I felt safe going there. A lot of days I didn't want to get up. I didn't know what to do. I also have suffered from depression and anxiety for over 10 years. So on top of being pregnant by yourself, it's a lot to deal with. So you have questions, you sometimes just have those days, and I know I didn't come looking very nice. And it's just for the girls out there who are experiencing the same thing, it's good to talk to someone. And I always said in the back of my mind, if you have any doubts on what you're doing, you've already made your mind up. There's no questions. You might just need that extra support on what the next step is. And it's worth taking, because at the end of it, you get a beautiful bundle of joy.
I'd just like to thank you, Sam, because telling our story isn't always easy. And, telling it to a room full of 200 people is going a little extreme. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, because we don't just help you, but there's a spot in our hearts as peer counselors that you occupy, you and Ryerson. And we're just so proud of the mom that you've become and the woman that you are. So I'd like everyone to just thank Sam for coming. Our next story is Olivia. So Olivia, if I can invite you to come up to the stage. Olivia is 17 years old, and she's actually due in 4 weeks. You look beautiful. So Olivia, we've got a special story, huh? Yeah. So let's start off. Maybe you can tell me about what happened when you walked out of that walk-in clinic, because that's where you found out that you were pregnant. Who was the first person you told, and what happened?
When I walked out of the walk-in clinic, I told my mom I was going to walk home. Like, finding out that I was pregnant was just... whew. And I remember walking home and I was just crying and crying because I was like, I can't be pregnant. Like, and I got home and I called my ex-boyfriend, and he said he was going to come over because I said it was very urgent and that we need to talk. So he came over an hour later and we talked about it. But it was a great talk. And yeah.
And am I correct in saying that you guys were talking in that field and actually using your phones to search for abortion clinics and pregnancy centers? And it was actually what, about 7 o'clock at night when you called?
7.
And what was the one place that you got through?
Hope for Women, pro-life clinic out of all the places.
And who was it that answered the phone? I mean, it was your ex-boyfriend who was on the phone, but do you remember who that was that answered?
It was Jared that answered the phone, and they talked for a while, and I was just kind of listening and trying to figure out, like, still in shock about what was happening.
And in fact, I remember that day quite vividly because I remember Jared talking about the conversation that he had with Olivia's boyfriend at the time, and that he felt a little discouraged at that time because he felt like he wasn't able to deter him from the idea of abortion. And I know he was very prayerful for the next week, and I know that at Hope for Women, we didn't know who this young man were, but we definitely set up some prayer warriors. And so, am I correct in letting everyone know that you and your ex-boyfriend were able to book your appointment online? So you didn't have to call the abortion clinic, you simply were able to set your appointment by typing in some information, and you had an abortion appointment set. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can go online now and you can set your abortion appointment, and by the next day they'll tell you what you need to bring and what time your appointment's at, and they'll call you to confirm your appointment, and yeah.
So, if you had your abortion appointment set, what was it that brought you to Hope for Women?
I told my parents the night before my appointment, and we are Christian people, so I've always known abortion was wrong, and I was told about it, and I told my dad, and he was not really happy that I was pregnant, and I told my mom, and they were both not happy. And the next day I woke up, like I was asleep, my mom let me sleep, and that never happens. And
Was she trying to get you to stay home?
yeah,
so you wouldn't go?
I missed the bus. She wouldn't let me walk to school, and I am a very stubborn person I can be. And she went to her room and she told me to hold on, and I was getting so annoyed with her because I had my appointment booked for 9:30 and my friend was going to drive me to Vancouver. And she came out holding her phone, and she was on the Hope for Women website. And it just asked for a little brief information on what's going on. And then 5 minutes later, she comes out dressed, and she's like, "Can we go there?"
So the exact morning, almost the exact time that you were scheduled to have an abortion, you were actually walking through the doors of Hope for Women. How did you feel when you first walked through the doors of our office?
I knew I wasn't walking out having an abortion after. I knew it was wrong, and I booked 13 appointments, like
13 abortion appointments.
13 abortion appointments. And I knew like I wasn't gonna go through with it, like I just knew. And Hope for Women walking through that door just made my decision way easier, and that I knew I wasn't gonna walk out even thinking about having an abortion again.
Tell me about your peer counselor. What kind of bond? What does she mean to you?
My peer counselor is a big person in my life. She has helped me through everything, and I call her family because she is my family now, and they have helped me through everything, the problems that I've gone through, and the emotional and physical support of being pregnant, and the appointments. I have lots of appointments. She's always there with me. She's there to guide me and hold my hand and tell me that everything's okay. And every morning I wake up, I know that I can talk to her about how I'm feeling and not feel like any decision that I've made is wrong. She tells me what the steps are and the things, the pros and cons to it, and she lets me decide about what's going on. She's made me feel like she's helped me mature and grow in a way that I never thought, seeing myself as a 17-year-old already growing up.
Well, I have to tell you that when I speak to you in the office, you come and see me when I'm there quite often, and the words that come out of your mouth, there's so much wisdom, and that I can see just God working in your life. It's amazing. Now, I don't think anyone knows yet that you've decided to carry to term, but what have you decided once the baby's born?
I am giving the colostrum to the baby and just being there with the baby so that in the future, when I see him, I can say that I didn't just give you away thinking that you meant nothing, like you mean something, you are worth something. Like,
So you've chosen on adoption.
yeah.
Can we give her a round of applause? You're amazing. And I thank you so much for being here, for telling everyone your story. It takes a lot of strength. And you know that we are not what happens to us. But this is definitely a refinement. And you are an inspiration to us. And we thank you so much. Thank you, Olivia. I should have left tissues on the table. My final client that I like to call up is very special to me. She's not only a peer counselor, but she's going to be really honest and raw about her own experience with abortion. I just want to remind everyone that these three women have really just, there's so much courage for them to come here because they haven't even told a lot of the people they know about their story. So I just ask that you are prayerful for them and that we want to keep, of course, tell a story about what did I hear at this amazing dessert concert. But remember that we want to keep the names confidential in the situation so that we can keep their privacy, respect their privacy, okay? So I'd like to call up Lori. Please give her a round of applause. In fact, Lori has written something for you. So I'm going to step out of the way and I'm going to let her tell you her testimony.
Is this on? Yeah. Okay, good evening. My name is Lori, and I have never spoken publicly about my abortion experience. I have struggled this week, even after I had committed to say yes. I believe more strongly today that people need to hear our voices, our stories about how choosing abortion has affected me and others. The only way for you to know is for people like me to trust and share with you my story I've hidden for years. Quite a few years ago, when I decided to follow Christ, He opened a wound that I really cared not to. It happened so unexpectedly. As I was rinsing shampoo from my hair, I had immersed my head underwater. And as I did this, I noticed I could still hear the busyness of the vehicles outside our home. Right away, I thought about my abortion and if that baby could hear a world outside. And the realization hit me very, very hard. I started to cry and I felt enormous pain. At the same time, I was reading a book called Blessing and Curses, Your Choice. There was a paragraph about needing to confess the sin for what it really is. That is where I found myself on my knees. I confessed. No more denial, no more justifying. I just told the Lord I had committed a sin that unfortunately took a life. And I needed to be that real. At that very moment, my Savior forgave me. And alone with God, I felt His presence and I knew He had forgiven me. What I didn't know, I would now be embarking on a long journey, learning to forgive myself. At this point in my life, I already had one daughter, and in a few years, I was blessed again with another. 2 years ago, I was prompted by the Lord through an ad in our church bulletin looking for volunteers for peer counselors with Hope for Women. It took me a while to walk through those doors. I had a lot of fear. I still carried a secret doused in shame and a heart I would not allow to forgive myself. I finally quit arguing with God. And I went through those doors. I was greeted by a lady with dark hair and dark eyes, so full of life and promise. I instantly felt a connection and I knew I was supposed to be here. Her name is Elizabeth, and we talked and I shared my story in depth with her. I felt empathy, support, but most of all, I felt okay. It was the first time I felt okay telling my story. A new healing started in the depths of exactly how my choice of abortion affected many areas of my life. By attending the training package for peer counseling, I started to see that there was no information offered and no one willing to explain the procedure I was about to engage in. There was no place to go where I could feel safe and supported, a place I could share my situation and be educated on my options. However, today, through Hope for Women, I get to participate in putting forth support, hope, trust, and education. All the things I needed, and I am now able to give back to others. Hope for Women also offers post-abortion counseling. I have also participated in this program and worked through the Bible study workbook, Forgiven and Set Free. There is also a workbook for men, Healing a Father's Heart. In a small group setting, more healing began for me. I shared a closeness with the other women and watched the Lord heal areas of brokenness in each of us. I learned to be more kind to myself and began to understand that I made a choice under very, very different circumstances. I am still healing, and part of my healing would be to name my baby and a place of rest. God sure had His hand on me when He prompted me to step forward, thanking Him that there is a place for me this time where I came to heal, and now I'm able to give back. A little facility in Abbotsford with some pretty mighty stories. Hope for Women. Thank you all for your support. God bless.
Thank you so very much, Lori. Wow, that was inspirational. I learned some things about some stories that I've been on one side of, some things I didn't know, and I was tearing up a little bit, and I can see that a lot of you here were touched as well. This is my favorite part of the night. It's where we get to take what we've heard, and we get to take the convictions that God has given us in our head, and we get to put it to our hands and our feet. So I would like to invite you guys all to grab one of these envelopes, and underneath that pretty blue mesh, you'll find an envelope like this. And inside that envelope, you'll find other mini envelopes, and I'd like you to pass those envelopes to whoever around the table is going to be making a donation tonight. So if everyone can get one of those smaller envelopes that is inside the bigger envelopes, that would be wonderful. So you're all going to have a little envelope that says, my donation. And you're going to open up that envelope, and you're going to find a white piece of paper in there. And there's also pens. You'll find pens underneath that blue mesh if you don't have your own pen. If you're a lady here and you have a purse, likely you have your own pen, as well as other things. But if you don't, we've provided you pens. Now, I don't need to really say much here tonight. You've heard the stories. I don't need to convince you how important this ministry is. You know, pregnancy centers are very, they're very important, as you can see. And, you know, in order to have one, you got to have a good location. In order to have a good location, you have to pay a lease. In order to run things, you have to have staff. So you guys can kind of see a picture that obviously it's not free. It's probably costs about $100,000 a year to run Hope for Women, and it's events like this that allow us to keep the doors open. And so our goal tonight is that we'd love to be able to raise $15,000 here tonight. So 200 of you here, I really think that's an attainable goal. So I'd like you to fill out your information on that white sheet. And I also just want to, you know, we have prayed a little bit tonight, but I'm just going to pray one time tonight here. And I want to give everyone a chance just to stop, to reflect, to think, and be like, okay, God, what do you want me to do tonight? And then we'll fill out the one-time gift, and there'll be an opportunity for an ongoing gift. And so just quickly, we'll just pray together and give you guys just a chance to think and pause and reflect. Lord God, for everyone here, for myself and my own family sitting in our seats there, Lord, we ask you that you would help us tonight to be generous, Lord. I pray that you would give us wisdom in terms of how we should give and how we should partner in this ministry. And I just pray that you would bless us with what we need here tonight. And we're all just open to you, Lord. Let your Holy Spirit work with us, we pray. Amen. So just do whatever you guys feel called to do tonight. That white slip represents a one-time gift. Everything's tax deductible, 100%. You give cash, check, credit card. You fill out your information there. And I just invite you to do that. And then we're just going to do one more thing. Yeah, you guys might as well do that. That's awesome. You guys notice maybe that there's also another sheet there, and what this green sheet represents, it's not for everybody, but for those of you here who would like to make an ongoing monthly pledge, there's expenses to be paid next month, the month after that. Fundraisers like this are great to help us get over the next hump or two, but you know, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, our monthly givers are you know, they mean that we can be there when a young lady like Olivia walks in there, that I can be there at 7 o'clock at night to get that phone call. It's really, we just are so thankful for our monthly donors, and for you here that are monthly donors. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. If you're not a monthly donor, you know, if you give $10, $20, $30, $50, whatever you might be able to do, it's a sacrifice. It might mean a couple of cups of coffee a month, but You know, if that's something, if everyone in here was to say, hey, I'll give $10 a month, you know, that's quite a lot of money. That it all adds up. And so just invite you to consider that tonight. And once you have filled that all in, put both of your sheets back in the envelope. And if you could, one person at the table, if you could pass all your envelopes and put everything back in that one envelope once everyone's done, no hurry. And then just stick that envelope back underneath the blue mesh. It'll be nice and safe. The very end of the night, we're gonna have a bunch of ladies coming by, collecting that one envelope. So even the stuff that wasn't used, if you guys can put it all back in that one envelope, the one that has the number on it, and that'd be amazing. I just want to thank you in advance for your generosity. I want to thank you so much for coming tonight, and we still got more music, so this is also a time if you finish filling that out, you feel free to get up, get some more coffee, get some water. There's still dessert out there if you think you can fit some more in. And what's that? Oh, sorry, Sam's supposed to say that. Sam's going to come up and introduce the next act. Thank you very much.
Well, as Jared said, get more desserts, get more refreshments, help yourself before the next band comes up. As I was told to say, Elizabeth said you have to eat all the desserts before you go home or you can't leave. And anyways, so the next act to be playing is one that was here at the last dessert night. If you were here, a guy and a girl. Woo! So if they want to come up and start setting up or getting ready, whatever they need to do. Jesse and Kathleen LeBlanc began playing music together back in December of 2012 at the suggestion of a mutual friend. Their musical chemistry took off as they played in coffee shops, for youth ministry events, and at local venues. While competing in Langley Has Talent in 2014, they decided on the band name A Guy and a Girl and won first place in the finals. The recently married couple love to bring joy to their audience through their quirky personalities, upbeat music, and creative harmonies. Please give them a very big round of applause. Everyone.
If you're not the one for me, then how I can bring it to your knees. And if you're not the one for me, why do I hate the idea of being free? And if I'm not the one for you, you gotta stop holding me the way you do. Oh honey, if I'm not the one for you, why have we been through what we have been through? It's so
I'm a guy.
And Marcus.
Yeah, so you guys better realize there's a couple more, we brought friends. So, this is Marcus, he's a good friend of ours. Give Marcus a hand. Is he good on that box? Box. Oh, okay, sounds good. And we've got Joseph over there on the cello. You might recognize this double timer from Royal Show. He was back here doing this.
Speaking of royalty, let's give them a hand. They were awesome. So, we collectively, Josie and I, have one song that we've written so far in our time together.
But it's a great one.
But we are graduating this month, so hopefully when school settles down, you'll have more from us. But we're excited to play for you one of our one song.
To the distant coast, to the mountain top, from the depths of the sea, if you are there, it's home.
When the walls cave in and the ground gives out, when the earth breaks beneath this hope will be strong.
Makes me feel like, oh, here. Jesse and I, actually all of us, are very passionate about the pro-life movement, and it's very close to our hearts. And we have a high respect and a high love for all the people at Hope for Women and advocate in the work that they do. It brings me to tears hearing the stories tonight, and every time I talk to Elizabeth and hear her passion for Hope for Women and what it's doing, they're doing incredible, obviously life-saving things, and I'm so excited about the center opening in Langley. That's pretty awesome to have that happening, so thank you for being here to support that and all the work that Hope for Women does. So this next song we want to play for you, we almost scrapped from our list, but when we practiced it with these guys, they were like, we have to keep it, it's so fun. So, you think Van Morrison fans in the house? Oh yeah, me too. So this song is called Moon Dance. I think you guys know this song.
When it was, we recorded it so that we could send it to Marcus. He unfortunately didn't make our first practice, but he made our other practice. So we're doing okay. But as I was saving it on my phone, it auto-corrected, and you guys probably know the story of autocorrect, where it changes the meaning of what you want to say. And it changed it to moo dance. Not moon dance, moo dance. And I was thinking, autocorrect, what are you thinking? Is this like a common thing that people say? Moo dance? But anyway, Joseph has something to say on the topic.
Every time I touch you
Landlords and dear friends who heard us practicing Dominica and Luciano over there, heard us practicing Lots Late Into the Night, especially that song, so hope you're not sick of it yet.
What the heck are they doing at midnight?
So I know that a big part of what Hope for Women does, even though it's not specifically a Christian organization, it's instilling the hope that God has for us in women and in men and in families. And I know that God's grace is flowing so much through the work of Hope for Women. So this song is one of our favorite worship songs that we're going to play for you.
So I'm pretty sure Luciano and Dominica, our landlords, they're probably always like, is Jesse yelling again? Like, is there some like domestic abuse like thing that we need to like file right now? Like, He's yelling again. Usually I try and tone it down and just go falsetto where I'm gonna like rip my throat out. You guys are like, he looks like he's in pain. That's legitimate. I am really in pain, okay? We can only do 1 gig a year. Last year we were here too. Okay, so this is an old hymn that we redid, and you guys who were here last year probably remember it note by heart. You can sing along, okay? It's a joke, you probably don't, but that's okay.
Some bright morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
When the shadows of this life have gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls, I'll fly. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my hands. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. What we did there is we took a really happy song and we made it really depressing. Isn't that cool? Anybody heard of the Civil Wars? They're a pretty sweet band. Anyway, if you like that style, look them up because we just kind of stole their style and put a hymn into it. It was great. It's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, man. This guy. And so, without further ado, we're gonna introduce another band to come sing with us and to play with us. This never happens. So come on up, welcome them up, Royal Coyote! Yeah! And we want you guys to sing along too. You don't get off that easy. So the chorus goes like this. Gotta make sure I'm in the right key. So it sounds like this. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Give that a try. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, you guys know this song. You don't fool me. I'm not that good of a teacher. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna play it again. You guys want to show me? Yeah. We're close. Okay, they're cool. All right. Very
rock me, mama, like a wedding wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me
Like the wind and the rain.
so rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Yes.
From the border of New England, born to be a fiddler in an uptown street band. My baby plays the guitar, I play the piano. Oh, North Country winter keeps getting me down. Well, I'm only playing poker, so I have to leave it down. But I ain't turning back, I'm living that old life no more.
Here we go. Rock me, mama, like a wedding wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Walking to the south, I don't know. Got a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long day. And he's a headed west from the Burley Gap down to the city.
Tennessee, I gotta get a move on me for the sound. Get my baby going light in the nose. The only way if I die right, at least I will die free. Rock me, mama, like a wedding wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Say it again. Rock me, mama, like a wedding wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. One more, hey. Hey, mama, rock me.
One more.
Hey, mama, rock me.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for women and listening to us. It's been so fun to play for you. Have an awesome rest of your evening.
Thank you to a Dime Girl. Let's give all of them one more round of applause. So that concludes the performances for this evening. I just want to thank everyone who made this evening possible. Again, a huge thank you to the bands for volunteering their time and talent, the retail stores and bakers who donated desserts, to Van Noort Bulb Company for donating all the flowers, and if you want to take them home, there are envelopes under the vases to leave a donation. Any is satisfactory, what you want to do, but please don't take the vases, just take the flowers, and all the volunteers and speakers who helped make the event possible. Elizabeth has told me she has one last announcement, so I will call her up to the stage again before I finish off.
Thank you, Sam. Didn't you do a great job? We would just like to call our three ladies up. If we could have Sam and Olivia and Lori, if I could have you ladies come back up to the stage just for a moment, please. We just wanted to say thank you so much to you ladies for coming and sharing your story. I know Lori's around here. Here she comes. It takes a lot of courage, and my heart goes out to the three of you. You've made not only a difference in my life, but I know the three of you have made a difference in the lives of all the volunteers, the staff, the board, but everyone in this room, I think, you'll agree with me that they made a difference in your life this evening as well. So Lord, thank you. Natalie, do you want to go to Maria? Thank you so much, ladies.
Well, thank you guys. That was very sweet. If you guys are not in any rush to take off right away, we do need some people to help put away chairs and just some general cleanup. If there are still some desserts, please, like I was told, Elizabeth said, eat them all. I'd like to add one more thing, just a personal note on behalf of me and my son. Thank you to the women and Jared for Hope for Women. It's places and people like you that truly make a difference in people's lives when it's needed. And I'm truly grateful for all your help and support you've given me this past year. I cannot begin to thank you guys enough, so thank you. All right, everyone, thank you for being here.